everyone, I'm Emily and I work in the Children's Department at the Defiance Public Library. Each month we get in so many new books and I can't wait to share a few of them with you. This month I've chosen 2 historical fiction books, 2 fantasy books, and a graphic novel to share with you. If you find any of these books interesting, be sure to visit the library to check them out. The first 2 chapter books I've selected are historical fiction. Both tell stories that are based on experiences of the author's family. Brother's Keeper by Julie Lee. Brother's Keeper is set in North Korea in 1950. 12-year-old Sora and her family live in North Korea and must follow the rules of their communist government. The war is coming soon between North and South Korea. Sora and her family plan to escape to the city of Busan in South Korea. This plan is not without its dangers: napalm, frostbite, border guards, and enemy soldiers. Sora and her 8-year-old brother's lives are changed after incendiary bombing. Sora and her brother must now travel to Busan on their own. Can a 12-year-old girl and her 8-year-old brother survive this war zone? Check out Brother's Keeper by Julie Lee to read about their perilous journey. Letters from Cuba by Ruth Behar. Letters from Cuba by Ruth Behar is the story of a young Jewish girl who moves from Poland to Cuba in 1938, just before the start of World War II. Things for Jewish families living in Poland are not looking good. Esther's father has fled Poland and is now living in Cuba. He is working hard to earn money so that he can bring the rest of his family to Cuba. He is finally able to send enough money for just one family member to come. Esther is able to successfully convince her father that she should come over first. Esther is so excited to join her father in Cuba, but is saddened to be separated from her sister. Esther decides to write down all the good and bad things that happen until she is reunited with her sister. To read Esther's letters and learn about her life, read Letters from Cuba by Ruth Behar. The next 2 chapter books I'm going to share are fantasy books. The first one features a witch and the other one a mysterious figure. Eva Evergreen, Semi-Magical Witch by Julie Abe. Meet Eva Evergreen, a determined witch who must become a novice witch before her 13th birthday. If Eva does not succeed, she will lose her magical powers forever. In order to keep her powers and become a novice witch, Eva must use her magic to pass the test. Eva is sent to the town of Aturi for her test. The residents are expecting a powerful witch, not a semi-magical witch. Eva comes up with a plan to prove that she belongs. Eva sets up a magical repair shop to prove that she is worthy. Even though she is not a powerful witch, her semi-magical fixes begin repairing the lives of the residents of Aturi in ways they only could have imagined. Now a big magical storm threatens Aturi. Eva's semi-magical powers may not be enough to protect the residents of the city. Eva must conjure up all her magic, bravery, and cleverness. Otherwise, the city of Aturi and Eva's hopes of becoming a witch will be washed away by the storm. To see what happens to Eva, read Eva Evergreen, Semi-Magical Witch by Julie Abe. Paula, Santiago, and the River of Tears by Taylor K. Mejia. 12-year-old Paula Santiago, known as Pau, and her 2 best friends, Emma and Dante, all know the rule to stay away from the Gila River, where a schoolmate of theirs drowned a year ago. Pau has been told that rule even longer by her mother. Her mother warns her that there is a ghost, La Llorona, who wanders the banks of the Gila River at night on the lookout for any young people strolling by that she can drag into its murky depths. Pau doesn't completely believe her mother's superstition, as she has always relied on science to make sense of her world. Pau receives a new telescope that she cannot wait to try out. She wants to take it to where she can have the best views. which happens to be along the Gila River. Despite the rule and her mother's warnings, Pau and her friends take her telescope to the Gila River. Suddenly, Emma goes missing, and a mysterious shadowy figure appears. Pau wonders if her mother was right. Pau must now enter a world of unnatural mist, monsters, and spirits. To see what happens to Pau and her friends, read Paula, Santiago, and the River of Tears by Taylor K. Mejia. Jiggle Bell is a graphic novel that is full of action and humor. Jiggle Bell is written and illustrated by Chad Sell. Are you a doodler? Doodling can be fun. But what if your doodles could come to life? This is what happens to Drew's doodles in Doodleville. Drew is an ordinary kid just like you who loves to doodle. However, her doodles just happen to be extraordinary. Drew's doodles live in Doodleville, a town inside Drew's sketchbook. Drew's mischievous doodles love to leave Doodleville and explore the world around them, sometimes causing trouble for Drew. During a field trip to the art museum, Drew's doodles come to life and begin to explore the museum, causing trouble for Drew. After visiting the art museum, Drew's friends are inspired to create their own art, so they create their own heroes. Drew wishes her doodles were more like her friends. So Drew creates a friendly monster known as Leviathan, or Levi for short. Levi is larger than all of Drew's other doodles. Drew is very proud of her new doodle and shares it with her friends. But Levi becomes not quite so friendly towards Drew's friends' heroes and causes chaos for everyone. Can Drew and her friends stop Levi and save Doodleville? Read Doodleville by Chad Sell to find out.